Okay, we're back, and this segment here, we're going to be going with some questions for about District 1 here in Wycomico County for the county council seat. And the first one, we're going to start out with county councilwoman Shani Shields. Why are you running for this seat again? What's your reasoning?
Because I love the community. I love people. I like helping people. Mm-hmm. There is some things lacking in District 1 that I think needs to be finding solutions for. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I know that my time would be up. Mm-hmm. You know, I have sense enough to know that I'm not going to be 90 years old on no council. But I think that my relationships that I have built with people over the years, I can basically call someone and get an answer or refer that person. If a person has a problem, I can refer that person to them. I can be able to give my name to you and follow up with that person to see if they got an answer. Then I find out why they didn't answer the person. Just like she was saying, street sweeping and paving the roads. I found out when you pave the roads, they have a schedule. Because Marquis Avenue, Mr. Gerald Long called me, but why in the street paved, you know, and I called, it's on a schedule. So I found that out. Also last week I found out that somebody was talking about the potholes on Nellie Mill Road, you know, like going between 50 and...
Oh, there, yeah. Oh, yeah,
and so I called, first thing I started with the state highway. I found that when the state highway paves like 50 and 13, they only go up 20 feet within.
Okay.
Then some part of the street is the city, and part of the street is the county. Okay. So I called the city first, and they said it's on their list. Okay. So I called the person back and told them. So I have those relationships with these folks. I have a relationship with the mayor's office. I have a relationship with even Julie, because I try not to disrespect someone when you're disagreeing with them.
Okay.
You see what I'm saying?
Yes, ma'am.
Because before she came on board, I gave her and Bunky a tour. Okay. Of the West Side, the Rustover Hill, the Indian Village playground where I was born. I was born in my grandparents' house. I showed them because I love giving tours, and I like people. If you're going to represent somebody as a whole, you need to know who you're representing. You know. Who the people and how the people live, and et cetera, et cetera. Okay. So I think that my relationships is very important. And I'm more down to earth. I went to Salisbury University. I didn't graduate from there, but I graduated from Warwick Tech. Okay. Because I worked in the print media, Daily Times, and a publishing company. For 19 years, all total, I worked in the print media type thing, you know. Okay. But... which I enjoy, and I met people, you know, and stuff. Okay. But I think the people, you have to love what you do.
You gotta
love it. My father, whether you're a ditch digger or whatever, you have to love what you do. I love what I do. Simple as that.
That's a good point. There's good reason too. Ms. Bernadette?
Yes.
Why are you running for the county council seat in District 1?
Yes, and I'm running to serve. To listen and to fight for the residents of that entire district. I think for a while, many residents just felt unrepresented. And I'm running to give them a stronger, accessible person to represent them in District 1. District 1, I mean, they're you know, you're working along different community groups, different generations, District 1 is just totally diverse now. Even San Domingo can't say, that's why we always say we're a historically black community, because we are no longer just a black community.
Neither is Wetumpka.
Right, we are diverse.
And we love it.
Right, and people want to know that they're represented. They want to know, they want to hear. I want to make sure that they know what's going on in government, and I want to be their voice.
Okay, well put. Now, and I'm actually, my next question, I said the three biggest challenges, but I'm going to kind of narrow it down to what is the biggest challenge? We're going to start with you there, Ms. Bernadette. What is the biggest challenge that you see District 1 facing today?
And it's communication. You know, a lot of things are built around communication. If the communication with the residents and the government officials were just a little bit better, I think that would help District 1. And also, and that would bring about working with the infrastructure and also small business. And that's the job of the, representative. That's my job, if I were elected, is to make sure that they know what's going on, even though they may not like what's coming, but they're going to know what's coming before it comes. And that's one of the things that, another one of the things that I'm running. Because historically, in our community, things have happened. We didn't know it was going to happen until it happened. I think the only thing that we knew, and this has been years ago, is when they were trying to put a landfill. I remember the deceased Delegate King. He came down from the State House and even helped us fight that fight.
Wow.
Now that we knew was coming. And you talk about a community coming together. It was like, and I was like just sort of like, I was so young at the time, I was just like sort of watching it all happen. So I know it can happen.
Because there's power in unity.
That's right. I've seen it happen. And so once we get that communication going and that unity, it can happen.
Okay.
The residents will know what's going on.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Councilwoman Shields, same question for you. What do you believe is the biggest challenge facing District 1 today?
Well, I think the challenge we have right now, I agree with the communication and telling people what they are, because I have done that, which kept a development from coming years ago.
Okay.
And now what's happening, 87 houses is coming back there, and in people's backyards on West Road, if you look. If you look,
I did see that.
You see that?
Yes,
and originally they were going to put affordable housing Westbrook,
yes, ma'am.
and then single family homes. But the residents, because I told them what was going on, didn't want it. So this is what's happened. Now you're getting 87 houses back there, and you have no control over it.
I got you.
Before we have control. But I think one of the challenges we're going to have is septic failure. South Delano, North Delano is getting, the people that want it is, it's called septic elimination. They will get a free tap into the city sewer line.
Oh, wow, okay.
And they don't have to annex to the city. If you choose not to get it done for free, and your septic system goes up, you're going to have to pay $6,000 in order to tap into that. So we had a meeting at Wesley Temple.
Yes, ma'am.
And 62 people came, because there's other parts of Salisbury that's in the county over there by Food Line on Snow Hill Road.
Yes.
Okay, that area, and also some streets on President Street. All this was determined by the health department.
Okay.
It was nothing that the county government actually did, but the health department saw that there was a need for getting the septic elimination.
And now District 1 also is in Hebron, isn't it?
It was in
Out in Mardella, because I know the septic. Yeah.
It's Mardella now.
Because they're going to county water and septic out there too, aren't we? Eventually, 'cause I know they have a lot of septic.
Not in your lifetime.
Oh, no. Go ahead.
Because, see, water and sewer, we talk about water and sewer plans. Right now, if somebody's well or septic system goes in, you have to be near the Salisbury Public Services. We had city council, the water and sewer plant. The first one we put in was $66 million. They didn't work.
Wow.
So he had to sue the people that originally put it in. We didn't get nothing but $10 million.
Right.
But now, the one we got that's working is $77 million. That's what it costs, $77 million.
Wow.
So these projects, this water and sewer plan is not cheap.
Not cheap.
And the people's going to have to pay for it. And the people need to know what it's going to cost them to get the water and sewer, the ones that have these failing wells and sewer. And just like
Oh, wow.
the other problem is challenges is environmental health in the county, where the people in Parker Road can't drink the water or bathe in it, and people are coming down with cancer. So
How did this stay under the radar the last 4 years? This first time I'm hearing about
because
this.
you have to be politically correct and all that good stuff. But the thing of it is, we have a plant in the District 1.
Wow.
We have a plant, a chicken plant. So when we do these things, environmental health is very, very important. You know, you have environmentalists that came about the DAF thing.
Yes, ma'am.
And we have to be careful when you buy a house, make sure you don't go residential agriculture. Because residential agriculture means they can put a chicken house, they can put this, they can put anything dealing with agriculture.
Well, and now I'm used to it. Being from District 2 down there, we had neighbors that would have chicken houses. And
I went into a modern chicken house when I first ran first time. My brother and I went down to one on Snow Hill Road.
Yes, ma'am.
And you have to gown up and put things on your feet, and the little biddies were playing and drinking the water. Couldn't smell nothing. You couldn't smell the manure outside. And you have to do certain things environmental now that they have to do. But I wouldn't care how it was. I wouldn't want to live next door to a chicken plant. But now these people who have a problem with their water and can't drink the water, it's hard for them to sell their house.
Wow.
So that's one of the main things. Also, child care, affordability, living affordability. Many jobs are working you part-time, so they have to give you benefits, so you're working 2 part-time jobs, and it might not be enough. So there's a lot of issues around this county, not just District 1, around the whole county. And when it comes to affordable housing and cap on rent, we can't do it. The county can't do it.
Wow.
It's state. I tell you what happened. I'm gonna tell you, but when you do that, what happened? Property owners will walk away from their property and leave it empty. That's what happened in College Park, and that's what happened in I forgot somewhere in New York. They had rent control.
Yes, ma'am. So
and
there's
people
nothing?
people walked away from their
Wow.
property, and then what College Park has done, they had to go back. And you see,
Wow, I didn't know that.
Yeah, and see, because I looked at it when we were talking about rent control before. So I believe that when a developer comes in, they should be able, and I'm not telling me they can't, because they can, be able to have a few of those apartments affordable.
I think I heard you say this at a council meeting about the Ross building, that some of those apartments should, I can tell by how she rolled her eyes, that some of those should be affordable housing. So what you're saying, that when these developers come in, part of their little, if they're going to get any tax breaks, they need to incorporate affordable housing.
And see what they can do. Say if you have a building that's, I would say, $1,800 rent.
Okay.
And you give 10 for $1,000. You can take that $800 that you lost right off your taxes. Am I right or wrong?
Right. True.
The money that you lost, they can figure out a way to take that off their taxes as an expense, because you're donating affordable. You want to come in and charge these people, and basically they're charging by the head because they have 4 bedrooms. See, how much money you making? 4 bedrooms times $900. That's a lot of money.
Yeah, very true. Well, let me ask you this, and the next question kind of attached to it, because we're talking about having affordable housing, or even having housing. We're talking about something that Salisbury deals with, but it's also starting to spill out in the rural areas, and it's homelessness. How we have homeless people everywhere, and they are part of our community. They're just unhoused parts of it. What role should the county play in addressing homelessness? Because I know I've heard a lot of times it's been said, and matter of fact, I've heard council presidents, city council presidents say a lot of times it seems like the issue of homelessness is pushed on the city and the city only.
No.
What should a county do?
Right. And for me, what I think the county needs to partner. They need to partner and support things like Habitat, all the churches that have housing. And again, I know on that budget, there's no line item that says homelessness. I don't even have to look. I'm sure it's not there.
Interesting.
I'm sure it's not there. But at the same time, we as a legislative body can support all the community programs and the community agencies. Like myself, I'm working. I work with a organization that we volunteer at Halo.
Okay. Okay.
We work there. We serve dinners, and everybody that comes in there, they're not actually homeless. They might be just maybe very low income, and this is a way that they can feed their children and their families for that day. But during, when I was working at the library, we dealt with the homeless community, or really we call them unhoused. It just, homeless just has just to say something better. But you also have the working homeless.
Yes, you do. Yes, you do. I've met a lot of them.
Right. We work with a lot of men who they were working. They may not have apartment to go home, or we try to help them. Even within the library right now, they have a community agency and community agency department where they can come in there and we can help them get showers, find out where the showers are, getting free showers. But anyway, and back to the county can support all these things. When Habitat comes to talk, they can support it. They can support it through various ways, different ways.
Okay, and I want to give you that same question. I want to, kind of add something there. I did an interview with Mr. Mark, or Reverend Mark Thompson. I know you both know him.
Yes.
And also a young man named Donald Bibb. He's the executive director of the Housing Authority.
Okay.
And he was talking about, and I mentioned to the county executive, and I don't know if y'all have heard of this, but there's a spot on Booth Street, and they're trying to acquire that property from the county because they can build probably about 40 more housing there.
Oh,
That's phased. That is where the apartments, the new apartments, and then that empty lot.
I'm not sure where they are, but
the empty lot on the next side is for phase 2, where they're going to build similar housing.
I know that, the Housing Authority also, thank you, they've also built Merrifield, which is beautiful.
Yes, say so.
And they said they had some places down in Hebron, which is District 1. So
Right.
You're saying the
Some of
county
it,
needs
part
to...
of it.
Some of it, yeah.
Yeah, so when you said that, I'm glad you said that. Now, you also, I remember you and I have talked before, because you've been on the city council for a while too there, and you said you've seen the homeless and...
Under the bridge.
by the
bridge.
library.
Oh, yeah.
Under the bridge, and also I went to the tent city on West Road, and I mentioned it to social service about the children that live in the woods with their parents. And they told me that they couldn't do anything about it.
Is there anything the county
And so
should do?
what Bernadette just said, and in my little thing here, I said homelessness is a concern,
Yes,
very
ma'am.
much so. And I said we need to support organizations that can accept funding, because local management board.
Are you on that board?
I was originally. I was one of the inaugural board members years ago.
Oh, okay.
And local management board funded Christian Shelter, because that's one of the original shelters.
Okay.
Christian Shelter.
And the executive director there is a cousin of yours.
Yes, Anthony. Anthony Dickerson, yeah. But what I'm saying is, organizations like that in Halo, they won't accept government money. Now, Anthony did, but when they found out, when local management board found out, and I didn't know this till I talked to him about something else, he had to give that money back. They took the money back because he was having worship service.
Yeah.
Now, see, years ago, I don't know,
Wow.
Remember years ago that the churches used to house the men during the winter,
Cold weather shelter.
cold weather.
Yes, ma'am.
And we would feed them a dinner, then you gave them a breakfast, then you let them out.
Yes, ma'am.
We need to collaborate with faith-based organizations that we have so many churches here. So many churches that have space.
Yes.
And you know the first religious group that actually helped the homeless in this area in the county was Sister Mary Elizabeth with Joseph House.
Okay. Okay.
Joseph House, and the churches. Reverend Mills was living then, and Wesley Temple and First Baptist was the only black churches that actually helped. You had we were every 6th Wednesday, and you had to prepare the food. But once these older generation people have gone, that's it. And so we have to, and people who are young and have young families, they can't volunteer in these places because they're working to take care of their families.
Right.
So how when you have I agree that we should have a line item on there for homelessness, and find out an organization that needs the funding, and have a line item for funding for this.
Sure.
But
I mean,
and that's what local management board is. You got the cannabis money.
Well, that's what I'm wondering. There's a lot of monies that get funneled in to help especially the cannabis money. Now, here's one question I have, Councilwoman, is like, okay, we just moved our health department, which I can say this. I'm talking to Sister Mary over at the Christian shelter. It really upset her because the majority of our homeless population is downtown. So we moved our health department out on Mount Hermon Road. Most of them don't have a transportation over there, although some will say the homeless will get around somewhere or another. My question is now that building that had the health department is downtown is going to be vacant, and
But guess what? You have a lot of issues with that building.
Interesting.
You have a lot of issues. See, people say, well, why can't you do this and why can't you do that? That makes sense. But the thing, just like they took the unemployment office way out there on 50. You got to go. When I go to the social service meetings, I have to go way out there Route 50. I don't like going out there with all that traffic, and because people drive crazy. But you got everything out there.
Right.
And no transportation. The bus, we don't even have a bus terminal no more. You got to go put out in the woods somewhere on Phyllis Marsh Drive.
Yes.
So
with no lighting.
Lighting. That's true. So what I'm saying is, and it's dangerous. But what I'm saying is, if you have an organization that is dealing with homeless people, you should have a line item, as Bernadette said. And
very good idea.
And or if we don't have a line item, we have to make sure that the cannabis money, some of that cannabis money, goes to the organization that works with these people. Because I understand Halo is building a new facility. See, Halo's doing a new facility, but also I think people that work at Halo, we need another organization that helps with Christian shelter.
Well, the only problem is, again, and I agree with you, the only problem is they want, because I do know that I've talked to Bishop Dickerson over there, and there was a time he was a little bit nervous, a little concerned, actually reached out to like Delegate Beecham and some other, I'm pretty sure Delegate Cherie Sample Hughes stood up for it. They wanted to try to, at one time, Annapolis wanted to put the shelters under state rule.
Yes.
That's right.
Which would mean that he wouldn't be able to hold on to his Christian values. He said, absolutely not.
Right.
See, and that's what hurts them. And see, that's what hurts them.
Right.
That hurts them if the state wants to mandating it. I mean, if the state wants to help you, and you're trying to help people, you're trying to help people. You can't be afraid to accept that money. Let them have, like I'll give you a perfect example. Wycomico Nursing Home. Wycomico Nursing Home was founded by the Deltas. Mr. Gaither Polk and school teachers and stuff.
And the Deltas is
a sorority.
You're
a
Yeah.
Okay.
And they were founded by the Deltas, which was great. But it came a time where they couldn't manage it like they should, so it's under the county government, which I am emphatically about not privatizing that nursing home, because it's one of the best. It is the best nursing home in the county, or in on Eastern Shore. I get fetched. But what I'm saying is, you got to accept the money if you're willing to supposed to be helping people. That's how I look at it. This thing, not accepting money from the state or don't want state control, it doesn't mean that you would lose your job or your position. But if you're really meaning to help somebody, Get the money, as long as it's not mafia money or something. Get the
Yeah,
money.
I think the mafia money. I
I'm
think
serious.
that the concern there with Bishop Dickerson is, again, me also being a minister, is the fact of there's standards that he does not want to surrender for that. But I see what's up both sides
Well,
of that.
we got funding. Western Temple got funding for an after-school program.
Mm-hmm.
The children that attended the after-school program went to Vacation Bible School.
You know,
You can't be afraid. You can't be afraid of not accepting money. If you're doing large work, how are you going to do large work without the money this day and time? You see, that's how I look at it. I mean,
well, you just said something about the young people, and I want to actually ask that question as we're actually running out of time here, but that's okay. We'll do maybe one more after this one. What opportunities should be created for the young people after graduation? I mean, again, we're talking from you're going to be on a council. You're going to be able to say some. I mean, have some say so on. Hey, we need to put some money aside to do this and that and that and this. And like you just said about that slush. I said slush fund. That line item for the homeless. I don't know why nobody's ever really thought of doing that, or at least
I
proposing
never
it.
thought about Westover Hill.
Yeah, really.
And I've been fighting about that for years.
So what opportunities should be created for young people after graduation?
Well, are you talking about high school or college?
There you go.
So high school, the Warwick Tech, I understand, is getting funding for an apprenticeship. Because some children don't want to go right to school as soon as they get out.
Right.
But also, the parents have to educate their children not to sit home and not work. So
gotta
I
lead
think
by example on
apprenticeships.
that.
I think apprenticeships on certain jobs like HVAC, electrician, even barbershops or whatever. They have some of those classes over there in Parkside. But I think apprenticeships would be good, and you need to collaborate with Warwick Tech because you can get a certificate. You don't have to go 2 years, but you can get a certificate in certain things. And we need to encourage people to go to Warwick Tech for these particular jobs, and particular courses. And then the college graduates, that's another story. They don't make the money that they can make across the bridge, because I have 2 granddaughters.
Yep.
I use them as an example.
Yep.
One work at Montgomery County in social service, and my other granddaughter works at social service. I'm not social service, Social Security.
Okay.
And my granddaughter that went to Salisbury University and graduated from there, she got her foot in the door by working for the immigration. Immigration. And that's how she got her foot in the door. So as soon as she graduated in December, she had a job with Social Security in January. So she got lucky. She was one of the lucky ones. But children don't think about jobs and benefits. They think about the dollar. See, they think about the dollar because I told her she wanted to quit Social Security and go like private. I said, you stay in Social Security because the benefits are excellent. See, you just don't move because you might have, you
The
don't
extra
like
money
it.
today is not just about today.
No,
it's
it's
about
about
tomorrow.
she has children and she needs to, you have to put things. I had to do it,
Absolutely.
And so I think college graduates, the jobs are not here.
So what can we do
now,
to fix
I
that?
think teaching jobs,
Teaching.
teachers. I'm going to say something else. Remember Mr. Harris? Mr. Melvin Harris, the band teacher.
Yeah. Oh my goodness, yes, I remember him.
They haven't had a black band teacher since he left. You don't know who's applying for jobs here. You don't know if our kids who are in education or whatever, who's applying for the jobs. You don't see the one person apply for a job, a minority applied for a job years ago. They said they didn't get his application. It never came back. So that's problems too. If you're a minority, you have to struggle. And sometimes all in who you know to get a position. And so it's just the college graduates, I think, will have it harder than the high school graduate. I really believe that.
Okay.
Yeah, I really believe that. But education is very important to me. That's why I encourage my children and my grandchildren to go to graduate from college. And I had 4 my oldest and youngest child graduated, and my two oldest grandchildren graduated from college. So education is very, very important.
Yes, ma'am.
But some can't afford it, and some might need to go to work. So that's why I think apprenticeships are very good.
Okay, good answers. Good answers. And what do you think? What do we need to be doing to make a better tomorrow for our young people?
Right, young people graduating from high school who are not on, I would say, not on that college track. And for those young people, right, I totally agree. Apprenticeships, we need to continue to work with Warwick, because we are working with Warwick. You know, kids can go there, can go to Warwick right now, right out of high school. I do believe their tuition is paid. But then we need to also attract other businesses. There are other businesses that have that could do apprenticeships. Now, and to make sure that the young people are going that way, we need, in the county, they celebrated, and I was there where they celebrated the mentorship program. We need to increase that, because sometimes at home, young people don't have the support. Say my grandkids, you know, I'm in their ear, you know, 24/7. But other kids may not have a parent or grandparent in their ear. So these mentors could, you know, make sure that they are directed. You know, it's just like, what do you like? Do you like computers? I was talking with a high school grad the other day, and he says, he was like, I have no idea what I want to do. And I said, you know what, that's fine. You know, when he goes to school, I said, your first year, it can be general service courses, as they call it.
Yeah.
But then you will figure out. Now, college and the college kids, I'm going to have to speak up for my HBCU, because those kids coming out of Morgan, when they go into, and we took a tour, we had a tour of Morgan not too long ago. Those kids are assigned like a counselor that follows them. When they graduate, they got a job. They're already prepared, especially in that engineering field that they have. I think that was the engineering department that we toured, but it was another department. But those kids are already doing internships. The college is aligning itself with agencies and businesses out in the community.
Okay.
So, you know, when kids are looking at their college, they need to really investigate on how that college takes care of their students.
Okay.
Because those kids graduating, if they've on the right track, they've got good grades, they're going to do okay.
Interesting.
They're going to do okay. So I would say to that parent, make sure you investigate that college, because there are colleges out there going to take care of those kids.
Okay.
Yes.
Especially historical Black colleges.
Yes.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you.
I really believe that, you know.
Now, I'm going to give you all my last question is kind of one I'm going to ask you on relationship. Okay, I don't have that on that paper here. This one right here this is one of those you're going to have to deal with if it happens. Okay, we know we have, at the moment, we have a county executive that she can be a fireball sometimes. When she's got something on her mind, she's going to just be strong-willed. How would you deal with an executive? Because you're going to have to on a legislative point. I mean, because you know we have an executive form of government. How would you deal when you have like something you two are not agreeing with? How would you continue to work together for the betterment of the county, or would you just do you and let them stay in their lane? What would you do?
No, for me, you know, I would have to take my what I've learned through my job as a branch manager, as a supervisor, as leader of various organizations. You know, people come in, I mean, I've had people come in my office, you know, stirring and burning, and you got to let them have their time to talk. And it's okay. I let them have their time to talk. I've talked with people who have been fired up. I've talked to people who have been very calm. And just let them have their time to talk. And it's okay. Because at the end of the day, we're both working for the same thing. We're both working for the betterment of the residents of Wycomico County. And we will come together. I mean, I've worked with people who we had different ideas on how to get from point A to point B. And it was okay because we collaborated. We came together and we got to point B. And I think that's the same thing that will happen in government. At the end of this election year, that whole county council is going to look totally different because you're going to have more seats up there, which means not only do we have to get along with the county exec, we got to get along with each other. Whoever's elected, I think it will actually be 7 people because each person will represent their own district, which I love.
I see what you're saying.
And so they're going to have to get together before they even, talk to the county executive. But I think it's possible. Absolutely.
Okay.
Very possible.
Okay.
Well, I get along with her because she knows how I am. I've talked to her personally about the liquor bill. And I voted for the restaurants to go to the wholesalers. They wanted to go directly to the alcohol. Like I said, I didn't know I was going to be dealing with liquor. But I believe in how you disagree with someone. It's how you disagree. Because I've told some of the people that's come up to the podium, don't just attack her. Don't attack her. If you disagree with someone, I believe go personally and talk to that person. That's how I operate. She called me at home. I had one of the council members call me behind this liquor bill stuff. But I have a mind of my own. I'm concerned about alcohol being sold in these corner stores in the black community. I'm very concerned about that. And it seems like every year this stuff comes up. And like I told the licensing people, I don't trust them because it's going to come up again. And it's going to come up again and up again and up again and up again. But I do not support the liquor, and she knows how I feel about that. But I'm not going to be mad with her because she's for it.
Right.
Because we're not going to be agreeable. I'm not going to be mad with Bernadette because she's running against me.
Right.
See, I'm not that type of person.
Right.
Because my life goes on.
Right.
So if she wins, I'm going to help her. I publicly made that statement to Councilwoman Jackson. If you need me to help you with anything, call me. Because when I lost to her, and I did it with a smile. If Bernadette wins, if she needs me, in my opinion, or I need to get information out for her to this part of my community, I'm going to help her because that's my job. If I love my community, I'm not mad if I don't win because that's people got an attitude problem. And I don't have an attitude problem because my life is going on. My life is very important to me.
Yes, ma'am.
I'm going to continue to help people. It'll give me an opportunity to volunteer, and because I love volunteering. I have a limitation. I limit myself because of my health.
Right.
But
we all got set limits.
But the bottom line is, like I said, I've gone through stuff, open heart surgery.
Yes,
I got stenosis of the spine. That's why I walk with a walker. And people got those disabilities, but it doesn't. My mind is still there, and my eyes I can see and hear, and I got a mouth. But I think getting along with people is one of my assets. I can get along with anybody.
Wow.
I think if Trump came down here, I'd tell him a little thing or two.
You'll pray first?
No. I mean,
she didn't know.
No. But what I'm saying is that I can talk to an upper crust person,
sure,
a college educator, and the boys on the corner. Because I talk to the boys on the corner like I'm their grandmother. And because they're all part of our community.
Wow. I like the way you just closed that in there. That shows a lot of I like that. I don't even know how to even put that in words, what you just said there, because you said you're willing to work with somebody. Even if you don't win, you're willing to work with people. And that's what it's going to take that. It takes a village.
Yeah.
It
Yes.
truly does. A lot of
Yes.
people ask me, why don't you run for office? Why don't you run for office? I say, because I can make an impact not running.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
Yes,
but
you can.
Sometimes you make more impact sometime too.
Yeah, because I ain't got
Because
to
you
clock
ain't
in.
obligated. You don't have to watch what you say.
Yeah, I do. I'm married. Anyway. Your closing statements?
Vote. Tomorrow, it begins early voting. You know, when I looked at District 1 has about almost 10,000 registered voters.
Really?
Yes.
Registered voters?
They are registered voters. But when you look at the last election, and
that part.
look at
I don't
the
even think it was
election.
1,000. I don't even think 1,000 voted.
And so, you know, what I say
is up
to
with
the
that?
residents, please vote. It makes a difference. I know right now the world has probably got you down. Tomorrow, early
That's right.
voting starts. Get out there and vote.
That's right.
You know, wow.
Ditto.
Wow. What you just said there, you said only about 1,000?
It was for Democrats. They got 5,024 Democrats in District 1.
Right, but how many voted? How many
The
people
last
voted?
time it was 3 of us ran.
It wasn't even close to 2,000.
It wasn't.
total.
No. And then when it was between me and the other person, Monica, I don't even think we got 1,000 votes.
And then in the end, it was you and Kyle.
Yeah,
How
Kyle,
ma-
and
how- how many
I don't even
people
think it was
voted?
that. It wasn't 1,000.
Nope.
And he had Hebron and all that.
Wow.
But one time, this is the truth. I won by 1 vote.
I heard about that. I heard. Did they ask for a recount?
They asked for a recount.
I knew that was going to happen.
They asked for a recount because my 2 people, women that we had problems with, they wanted a recount. So my opponent got the free lawyer, and at that time I was getting money coming in, you know, so I had to get Robin Cocky. He wasn't. So I sit back there with my book.
1 vote.
1 vote was 262 and like 263, something like that.
But
That
somebody
ain't even-
doesn't think that their vote counts.
And that vote
That's
counts.
1 vote.
That's
And
why you
Thomas
gotta
Jefferson
vote.
won by 1 vote.
You gotta vote.
You
It
gotta vote.
matters.
Wow.
It
Yes,
matters.
it
wow.
does.
That's
Your vote's
definitely-
important.
Wow.
That's
And
what I've
people-
been preaching.
Yeah, vote your vote
along
is
this
free.
campaign. People, please vote. Do not sit home. Get out there and vote.
That's how Kamala Harris didn't win. We didn't vote.
Here's the thing: you don't vote, don't complain. You know, the people who complain, if you really went back and searched and see if they voted last time, the answer is no. They threw their vote.
I got a sign in somebody's yard.
A lot of people like to make this comment: my vote's not going to matter
Oh,
until you
does.
see one at 1
Yeah,
vote.
I got a sign in somebody's yard. So when I went down the list to look, he and his wife, neither one of them are registered to vote.
But at least you got that sign in the yard.
Oh yeah, but I'm just saying, I was shocked. You know how things shock you.
Yeah.
They said they support you. Then they said they could vote for you.
But I'm just saying
Well,
things.
see, that's another point. Signs don't win elections.
No, they don't.
You can
No.
see 20 million signs out
Somebody
there.
told one of my supporters last time she had this big sign. Them things cost money.
Yes.
It costs money. You can have a big sign.
Yes.
You can raise all the money in the world. But if the people don't get out and vote,
Right.
it doesn't matter.
Please vote.
Just vote. Just vote
Wow.
whoever you want to
Wow.
be your
Vote.
representative. That's all.
I just want to say thank you to both of you for being here and this opening up. I felt like this has been very genuine. I felt like nobody held any punches.
No.
And
I'm
I
not
appreciate that. I think the people will appreciate that. I
I'm
mean,
not like that.
both of you are true leaders. Seriously. You, just a few seconds ago, I just want to say this in my closing statement, okay? You talked about you having health issues, but you're not staying home. Do you know how many people don't have health issues and they stay home and do nothing? You are a role model to never give up. Keep going. Keep going.
Right.
You just have amazed me in the fact that you have stepped in with the calmest of thought pattern. You know, a lot of people when they're running for the first time, they're all over the place. You're just you're just Miss Bernadette, you know? I told my wife as we were riding home when we did an interview, I said, I bet she can cook a mean mac and cheese. That's all I get from her, because she's just like so just relaxed back, and you probably talk to some of the people that you're trying to get to vote for you. You end up just talking to them like they're your family members.
Yeah,
that's how you do it. That's how you do it.
Wow, both of you are extraordinary women, no matter what happens.
You know, some people, I hope you cut this out, but I'll say this. Some people, well, I mean, when they get a position, it's any position, it goes to their head.
Yes. And
they don't know how to treat the person. I'm this, I'm that. I don't give credit to things that I've done. When I said I didn't do this. You have to get the support of the council. If you don't get the support of the council, you can't get certain things done. They're going to, people ask you, well, what are you going to do for me? You haven't done anything. And you hear all those criticisms. But the thing of it is, you have to have the support. So you have to build relationships with your counterpart. You have to become a team.
Like she was saying, 7 people are up there.
Yeah, regardless what the Republican, Independent, you have to work for the team for the betterment of your community that you serve. And if you don't have that, and you're going to be stuck having my name on this, and I'm this, and I'm that, and I did this, you're not going to get nothing done. And if I hate to use sometimes I have to catch myself. The council I was on support, just like, I tell you what we supported on. We had opposition. The forestation on Cypress Street. People didn't want that over there at West Side. Some of that community, Camden Avenue community, they wanted to stay right across the street, but you couldn't do that because the equipment was too heavy, and they used to keep it outdoors for it to be damaged. So we got a nice forestation on both sides, Cypress Street and Brown Street.
Right. I remember when that fire, we didn't want it moved. We didn't want it to leave either. It was right across from the library.
I was across from the library.
And the firemen helped us out so many times. And we didn't even call them. If they saw something going on crazy, they came over. And when I remember when they were moving, we were like, no, they're our protectors. I mean, and not a lot of stuff happened at the library. Right. But it seemed like when we needed them, they were right there.
Wow.
They were right there. I'll never forget it. You know,
that was your support.
They were. They'd come across that street, and those kids respected them. There was no bad mouthing when they showed up.
But I'm just saying, you know.
I loved them.
I'll tell you one thing we had.
What's that?
In District 1. On Collins Street. We had a homeless shelter donated for veterans. It was a brand new facility, Hebrew. Hebrew.
What happened?
Terry Coyne and Debbie Campbell and their little puppet voted against. We had people come from the state Veterans Association. And it was built for 16 men. They were going to have a resident stay there with them. They had a community room, wash and dryer. They had like bunks or something. But they voted against it. You know why? That 42 mess that they did. They didn't want, listen to this, they didn't want that kind of housing. If we voted for that kind of housing, that meant that kind of housing could come in their neighborhood. But guess what?
What's that?
You remember down the road that you called me about, that housing down the road that you called me about? They had that halfway house of recovery.
Yes. Sandy
you got
Hill.
them all around Salisbury now, all around.
The rural areas, too.
And the rural areas in the city of Salisbury, because they're on Poplar Avenue.
We have them, too.
And so he's rented that out to his people, you know. But he had a ramp on the back. He was right on Collins Street. Had a ramp put on there.
Wow.
It was a beautiful place. Beautiful place. He had an upstairs, like you could have a meeting room or a cafeteria. I mean, that's with this when I could climb the stairs, you know.
Right.
And it was just a nice place. Cherie came, and them devils.
And them devils.
They voted. That was a very stressful time for me. And when Miss Louise left, and just me and Laura fighting them three. And you know that Bricks over there on Church Street, right across from Cathedral of Love? We had an opportunity, Home of Americas. we were going to renovate it, and it's a historical building. And each apartment, it was supposed to be transitional housing
Wow.
for people who wanted to purchase a home, but they weren't ready to get the credit right. So they voted against that. What's happened to the building? It's still standing there empty. And Home of Americas, and we had to turn $145,000 back.
Wow.
For the architectural fee and all that stuff.
It takes a team working together.
You don't turn money away. You don't turn money away when you and it's still standing there empty.
Wow.
So anyway, thanks for having me.
Yeah, well, I would love to continue this conversation. Maybe we'll do it another time. But listen, I want to thank both of you once again, and I want to thank you all for tuning in to Bridging the Gap. And
cut that out when I say
don't hit the boat.